Hi, I'm Scott Hoffman from Folio Literary Management, and I'm here to show you how to get published, get paid, and change the world while doing it. As founder of one of the world's top literary agencies, over the past 13 years, my colleagues and I have shown thousands of people how to get published and have taught authors how to create and capture tens of millions of dollars of wealth just by sharing what they know with the world. I'm really excited you're watching this video right now because it means that you have a chance to get a different result from the literally millions of people who say they want to write and publish a book, but who sadly never achieve that dream. I created this video for you because it's my personal mission to inform and inspire as many people as possible to change the world through writing and publishing their own books. If that's something you want, you're in the right place. I know you've got an important story to tell or a critical message to deliver because we all do. If you've somehow always known that it was your destiny to write and publish a book, but haven't known what to do exactly to get from an idea to one of these, this video is for you. The insider secrets I'm going to share with you today will save you years of wasted time and frustration, thousands of dollars, and will give you a significant advantage over all the people who fail to get published. If you've tried to take action on getting your book published in the past, you've probably had more than a few frustrating experiences. There's a ton of information out there on how to write and publish books, but who can you believe? One person says one thing and the next guy says the exact opposite. One person says you need to get an agent. Someone else says you should just throw an ebook up on Amazon. Someone else tells you that unless you get a big New York publisher, nobody will ever pay attention to you. I understand your frustration. When I started out in this business, there was literally nowhere to turn for good advice. This is one of the most confusing businesses out there, and without the help of someone who's been there and done that, it's almost impossible to succeed. If you reach out to top agents or editors, what usually happens? Nothing. It's sad, but most agents and editors don't even have the courtesy to respond to authors. If they do, it's with a form letter that doesn't give you any idea why they're not interested. Trying to start out in the publishing world is a little like going to a foreign country with different customs, isn't it? You have the feeling you're doing something wrong, but you're not quite sure how to fix it. Or maybe you haven't even sent your book out into the world yet because you're afraid of rejection. I'm here to change all that. I'm here to be your tour guide through the super complex world of publishing and to walk you through all the decisions you have to make in order to successfully publish a book, the way I've done for New York Times bestselling authors like Brendon Burchard, Jeffrey Gitomer, J.J. Smith, Chris and Janet Atwood, and hundreds of others. I know there are a lot of people online who say they're experts in publishing, but the fact is, for most of the people teaching in this space, the closest they've ever gotten to a real bestseller list is when they buy the paper on Sunday. I know that as an author, your book is like your child. But for me as a literary agent, it's kind of like my niece or my nephew. I desperately want to see him succeed. There's nothing more painful than pouring your heart and soul into a book that doesn't get published or that nobody wants to read. So I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to do in order to get from here to there. It's my goal for you to get your book into the minds of people all over the world so that you can have a real impact on them and fulfill your own destiny too. It doesn't matter whether you're planning on doing an ebook or a physical book, whether you're planning on self-publishing or whether you want to get a big advance from a New York publisher, this video will help you. The truth is, publishing a book can fundamentally transform your business, your self-image, and your whole life. Once you've written a book, you're not just any person off the street, you are the one who wrote the book on the subject. A book is the ultimate evidence of expertise. Being a published author can help you get customers or clients, can open the door to big publicity opportunities, and can lead to lucrative speaking gigs, not to mention a lot more. But even more than that, it allows you to take what you know and share it with them in a way that can fundamentally transform their lives and ultimately change the world for us, for our children, and for generations to come. And that's what I want for you, to write the book in your heart, to get it published, and to get paid doing it. You're not going to be able to find what I'm about to teach you anywhere else on the internet. Agents don't run around sharing these secrets. Most hoard the knowledge. For too long, we've kept it just close to our vests. But now it's time to rip the lid off and share everything. It's important for you to understand that there are only two paths in front of you if you want to write a successful book. You can take a decade or more and figure it out for yourself and risk failure the way I did, or you can keep watching. In this video, in just a moment, I'm going to teach you the most important thing you need to know as an author, the 7 reasons people will buy your book. Those reasons are the key to your publishing success. And that's right, there are only 7. It's not enough to just write a book. To achieve the success you deserve, you have to write the right book. The biggest mistake I see authors make, bar none, is choosing to write the wrong book. Whether they're beginners or former New York Times bestsellers, this is a really easy mistake to make. It doesn't mean that the book that they wrote wasn't wonderful or helpful or inspiring or even genius. I've seen hundreds, maybe thousands of those books, but I know instantly they're going to fail. I want to save you from writing the wrong book and all the pain and rejection that comes from that. So to start, you need to know exactly why people buy books, and that's what I'm about to share with you here. But before I teach you about why people buy books, let me tell you a little bit more about who I am and why I'm teaching about publishing in the first place. As one of the world's top literary agents, I've helped hundreds of authors create and publish books that have already changed the world. I've represented people like Brendon Burchard, the #1 New York Times bestselling author of The Charge and The Millionaire Messenger, and Chris and Janet Attwood, the New York Times bestselling authors of The Passion Test. I've gotten deals for Shah Wasmond, one of the UK's best-selling business authors of all time, and J.J. Smith, the self-published phenomenon behind the 10-Day Green Smoothie Cleanse, which spent over a year on the list and has helped people lose literally millions of pounds of fat. Over the past 10 years, my colleagues at Folio and I have worked with TV stars, C-level executives at Fortune 500 companies, rock stars, professional athletes, and even particle physicists who among them have had over 100 New York Times bestsellers and made tens of millions of dollars from their books. They've also been published in 37 languages in 38 countries. But don't worry if you're not a CEO or a race car driver. Don't worry if your goal isn't to get a multi-million-dollar advance or get your book published in Portuguese. We've also worked with students, homeschool moms, bloggers, teachers, Peace Corps volunteers, you name it, and have shown them just how to get published. Don't worry if you failed freshman English or if you don't have the time or the ability to write every word of your book. You don't have to be a great writer to publish a book. Just about anyone can do it, if you know how. So, why? Why do I do this? Well, when I was a kid, I had kind of a crappy childhood. I was always looking for some kind of an escape. Now, when I need to get away, I hop on a plane and go sit on a beach somewhere, but when you're 12, you don't really have that option. So what I would do is go to the library and get books. Because when you open the pages of a book, anything is possible. And I would shut my door and I would read those books until my parents would make me turn off the lights and go to sleep. But it wasn't over, not even then, because for Christmas that year, I'd gotten one of those little flashlights, so I would pull the blankets up over my head and I would read until I couldn't keep my eyes open any longer and I had to go to sleep. Because that's the power of an amazing book. And because what books have done for me, I want to help you publish your book. What would it mean to you if that kid reading that book under the covers was reading your book? Let's talk about why people buy books. You ready? Here we go. There are only 7 reasons why people buy nonfiction books. If your idea doesn't fit into this framework, it doesn't mean that it isn't important. It just means that you're not likely to make any money or really change people's lives by selling a book about it. Now, keep in mind, there are a million different ways to present an idea. So what I want to do is coach you in as much depth as I can in this short video how to think about your idea in the context of a book that will sell and will really move your audience. You got it? Great. So it all starts with why. Why people buy books, because that's where your success as an author will be. So here are those 7 reasons. Number 1, they're looking to solve a problem they know they have. And the second part of that sentence is just as important as the first. If you're trying to help people solve a problem they don't know they have, you're not an author, you're an evangelist. So what are we talking about here? Let's say someone is absolutely miserable in their job and wants to figure out what their real life's calling is. If you can help them solve that problem, and we know it's a problem they have, they'll buy your book. On the other hand, if you're trying to teach them about, let's say, all the things in their kitchen that can kill them, they're not going to want to learn that in the context of a book. People don't buy books to get bad news. Here's a little test you can use. If it sounds like you can follow your book idea with the words, film at 11, change your idea. Is your cat trying to kill you? Film at 11. Not a good idea because people don't know they have that problem. How to remove the world's toughest stains? That works, especially for someone who's just dropped a glass of red wine on their carpet. Number 2, People buy books to take advantage of an opportunity they believe exists. Let's say you've completely transformed your own body through diet and exercise. There are millions of people out there who know that that's possible in their lives too, they just don't know how. So if you can teach them how to take advantage of that specific opportunity, they'll buy your book. On the other hand, if you're trying to teach them that it's possible to, say, I don't know, get rich by trading frozen concentrated orange juice futures, not going to work, because people don't deep down inside know or even believe that that kind of opportunity exists. Number 3, people buy books to learn more about a subject they're already fascinated by. World War II, Keith Richards, gardening. If you're trying to get people interested in a subject they've never heard of, don't use a book to do that. That's what blogs and magazines are for. But if you're writing about something they already know and care deeply about, that could be a great book that transforms their lives. Number 4, people buy books to live vicariously through the lives of other people, good, bad, and ugly. Think about memoirs or biographies, The Glass Castle, A Child Called It. Interestingly, a lot of business books fall into this category too. I mean, think about it. How many people read the autobiography of the CEO of General Electric because they wanted to learn about Six Sigma manufacturing processes? Probably not that many. What people really wanted from that book was to know what it's like to have hundreds of thousands of employees look up to you, or how you can cause change in an organization, or even, what it's like to ride on the private jet, right? Live vicariously through other people. Number 5, people buy books to follow compelling characters through an interesting story. Any kind of narrative nonfiction fits into this category. Books like Seabiscuit, The Perfect Storm, Black Hawk Down, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, In Cold Blood. Compelling characters and an interesting story together sell books and certainly transform lives. Number 6, people will buy books to laugh. Humor is still a very, very viable reason to sell books. Think David Sedaris, or Bill Bryson, or Tina Fey. If you're just plain funny, you can make a great living selling books, and you can bring sunshine into people's lives every day. People don't just want books that make them laugh, they need them. And finally, number 7, people will buy books to see beautiful things. Think coffee table books, photography books. This category is shrinking, but it's still a big reason a lot of people do buy books. So I want you to take a little time here and think about how your idea fits into this framework. Which category is it? Now, it's possible it might fit into more than one, and that's a good thing. But if you're thinking about your idea and you're having a hard time understanding which one it fits into, that probably means you're writing the wrong book and you may need to go back to the drawing board. That's actually not a bad thing, it's a really good thing. Successful authors do it all the time. The time to figure out you're writing the wrong book is right now, not after you've written and published it, and it crashed and burned, right? It took me 13 years to figure out what I just taught you. 13 years of seeing some books blow up and hit bestseller lists and make millions of dollars, and others fade away miserably into obscurity, unread and unloved. So I know how valuable this information is, and I know it can help make your book one of the ones that really breaks out from the pack. But there's a lot more I've learned about the book business too, more than I could ever teach in one video. And I want you to get all of that awesome inside information too, because I want to see your book succeed. I wish I could spend a month in person with you, teaching you everything I know about publishing the way I do with my one-on-one clients. But it crushes me because I just don't have the time. But if you knew what I know, you would be so much closer to living your publishing dreams. I see so many authors who are just this close, and with just a little more knowledge and a tiny bit of coaching, they too could be big literary stars. They too could have a huge impact on their readers' lives. Every time I have to say no to an author, it's really tough. So I started to dream of a way that I could say yes to more writers like you. Yes, I can help you get published. Yes, I can teach you what I know so you can prepare yourself for publishing success. And that's why I created the Write Book Right Now training system. In the Write Book Right Now online training program, we'll take a deep dive together into how to achieve your publishing dream. I'll explain using real-world examples from my career which books failed and which ones became huge bestsellers, why, and how you can have that success. Because there is a path to publishing success that's definable, repeatable, and achievable. You just need someone on the inside to show you the ropes. Not shortcuts, because there aren't any shortcuts to publishing success. This isn't a get-rich-quick business by any stretch of the imagination. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the wrong place. I'm talking about the inside secrets from the top experts in the world. It all starts with that inside knowledge, and this is the only place I know of where you can get it. If you don't believe me, call an agent who's represented multiple bestsellers or an editor who's worked with them and ask what it would take to sit down and walk you through exactly what you need to do to make sure your book succeeds. It's just not possible. But that's what the Write Book Right Now training system is all about. And it's not just about the secrets of successful authors, although there are a lot of those. It's about how to use those secrets to live your publishing dream. So that's why I created Write Book Right Now. Wherever you're starting from in your literary career, whether you've just got an idea for a book or whether you're a published author who's looking to take their game to the next level, this program's what you're looking for. It's a comprehensive 6-module online system that teaches the exact same methods I use to get 6- and 7-figure advances for my one-on-one clients and land them on bestseller lists. It's the same tool I use to train our new agents, who then go on to use the worksheets and the other resources in the course to lead other authors just like you to publishing success. And it's portable. You can take it in your car, to your office, listen to it at the gym, anywhere that's convenient. It's all the things you must know in order to achieve publishing success. Here's what I'll teach you. First, you need to know about the real state of the publishing industry. Are books dying? Spoiler alert, not by a long shot. How are ebooks revolutionizing the industry? And how can you take advantage of the ebook revolution? How do traditional publishers think, and what's important to them when they're looking for new authors? I'll teach you the 3 biggest mistakes new authors make in looking for an agent or a publisher, and it's not spelling errors. What are the words that get people excited about buying a book, and what are the key words that turn them off? How much money can you reasonably expect to make from your book, and when? And how do you value your book specifically? All of these things are critical for you to know on your publishing journey. From coaching hundreds of authors through the publishing process, I've seen, for instance, just how changing 1 or 2 words in the way they talk about their book can make the difference between not getting published at all and getting a 6-figure advance. And I'm going to share with you what those words were so you can do it too. Those are all the things I cover in just the first module of the Write Book Right Now training system. Once you've been through that part of the training, you'll know about the real industry secrets, the ones that aren't written about online or in the newspaper, and most importantly, you'll learn how to think like a successful industry insider, which is the key to successfully publishing your book. When I first started out in this business 13 years ago, the first deal I did was for $3,500. But when I changed my own mindset, I started doing multi-million-dollar book deals. And it turns out the difference was all about how I thought, not what I thought. That's all in the first module of the course. In Module 2, I'm going to teach you how to convince agents or publishers you're a sure thing rather than a big risk. And that's a lesson I had to learn the hard way, the very hard way. It all comes down to understanding why some books succeed, but most fail. Is it because of the writing, the marketing, the jacket, the price? I'll share all the secrets I know with you in the course. I'm going to give you step-by-step exercises and worksheets that will help you develop your book idea, and I'll give you real-world examples of what's worked and what hasn't. And this is more than a little embarrassing, but I'm going to walk you through some of the biggest failures of my career and explain how you can avoid them. That's all in Module 2. In Module 3, I'm going to teach you how you can be a winner before you even write the first word of your book. You'll learn about the benefits and the disadvantages of self-publishing versus the traditional model, and I'll walk you through the 3 key factors in whether you should self-publish or go the traditional way. I'm going to reveal the formulas publishers use to pick winners and losers, how they figure out how much to pay authors in advances, and what you need to get one of those 6-figure advances you probably hear about all the time. I'm going to teach you what a marketing platform for a book is, what kinds of platforms are the most valuable, and how you can get them, even if you have a low budget or really no budget at all. In short, in Module 3, you'll learn how to get tens of millions of people to pay attention to you and your message no matter where you publish your book. In Module 4, I'm going to reveal the most important thing you need to know to sell your book either to a publisher, if you go the traditional route, or to sell copies to buyers on Amazon if you choose to self-publish. It's called the MAP framework, and it's all about the market for your book, explaining why you're the best author to write it, and what the ultimate promise to the reader is. I'll teach you how to write a book proposal, which is the business plan for your book, the key to a big book deal, and the psychology behind why a proposal can be the most important part of the whole process, even if you choose to self-publish. You'll learn exactly how long your proposal needs to be, because proposals can definitely be too long or too short, and I'll teach you how to make yours exactly the right length. I'll teach you the 7 critical things you need to put into your proposal, and more importantly, what happens if you leave them out. And most importantly, I'm going to give you literally a sentence-by-sentence guide to the most critical parts of your proposal. Some of the authors I've worked with have used this specific guide to cut down what can be nearly a year-long process to just a couple of days. When I promised this course could save you years of frustration, I wasn't kidding. I want you to get this done right now. In Module 5, I'm going to teach you why the professional bio or CV you have for your day job won't work in the publishing industry, and how you can build a better one. This is a super important part of making a connection with the person who's going to buy your book, whether it's a publisher or even an individual reader if you're planning on self-publishing. Think about it. Don't you prefer learning from people you know more about and feel close to? Then I'm going to give you something I've never given away before, one of the most valuable resources I have, the actual marketing secrets from real author proposals that have sold for over $1 million each. That's right, you're going to get the marketing secrets of 7-figure proposals. These are all things you can do too, no matter where you're starting from. In Module 6, I'm going to take it to the next level and give you some serious do's and don'ts of the publishing process. I've seen some of these things kill literary careers before they've even started. Then there's a section where you'll learn the answers to some of the most frequently asked questions in publishing, like whether you need a literary agent or whether you should go it alone. And if you do decide an agent's right for you, how do you go about getting one? I want to see your publishing dreams become a reality for you, and I want to spare you the long road of anguish that awaits if you don't have this information. This course is designed so that once you've completed it, you'll know exactly what book to write, how to share your message with the world, and how to monetize it so you make the impact and the income of your dreams. You get all of this and more in the Write Book Right Now training system, which is a 6-module, go-at-your-own-pace, online training course that will teach you everything you need to know to be successful in the publishing industry, and gives you an unmatched set of resources to help you live your dream of becoming a published author. Even better, you get lifetime access. Once you sign up, you'll get access to the course and all the updates forever. I've seen the way my clients' lives have changed after publishing their books, and I want you to have that too. They're influencing millions of people all over the world, in some cases in places they've never been, in languages they'll never speak, all because they got their books published. That's why I created Write Book Right Now, because I want that for you too. And because I want you to wake up every day knowing that your life matters, that you're making a positive impact, that your ideas and your book are meaningful to people, that your creativity helps people, and that you get to be paid for that amazing feeling. So, you're probably wondering what kind of investment gives you access to the Write Book Right Now training program. So let's talk. I'm not an online marketer. My core business is getting book deals for authors. So I wasn't sure how to price the program at all. I've heard that a good rule of thumb is to take what your one-on-one clients pay you and set the price at about 1% of that. So what would that come out to? Well, my most relevant recent deals have gotten those authors between $1 million and $1.5 million. The typical literary agent's percentage is 15%. So 15% of $1 million is $150,000. 1% of that would be $1,500. And in my opinion, there's more value than that in this program. If I charged you $1,500, you'd be getting a great deal and I'd sleep well at night. But while I could easily charge that much, it's my dream to make it accessible to everyone. Because at heart, I'm still that 12-year-old kid reading a book under the covers with a flashlight. Maybe you were too. Because I know you have an important story to tell, I want to offer you a huge discount. I've never done this before, so I can't promise how long the offer will be available, but if you sign up right now by clicking that button below, your investment's just $497. I really hope you enroll and take action right now. I'd love to help you make your publishing dream a reality. So here's one more thing I want to tell you. This comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. If after 30 days you go through the entire program and you're not thrilled with it, just email me and we'll give you your money back. If you're still on the fence, I'm going to throw in some bonuses that should make this even more of a no-brainer. I know as you take this journey, you're going to have questions. You might have a choice of literary agents and you're going to want to know how to determine what kind of agent's the best one for you. You might self-publish your book and then get a call from a traditional publisher who wants to take it over, and you'll need to know whether what they're offering is a good deal or not. Now, if you enroll in the program today, I'm going to throw in some bonuses you just can't get anywhere else. This bonus is major, so please take advantage of it. For the next year, the next 12 months, you'll get exclusive access to a forum where you can ask me any questions you want about the publishing industry, and I'll respond. Not my staff, not paid customer service people, me. You'll get the same kind of advice I give my one-on-one clients for a fraction of what they pay. You can ask me anything you want, and I'll respond personally with the insights I've developed through more than a decade in the business. Let me explain it this way. My one-on-one clients pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for private coaching from me. What would that be worth to you? I'm practically giving my time away, all because I want to see you succeed in your publishing journey. I've seen the transformation that my clients have gone through and the ripple effect. I've seen the fan mail they've gotten and the lives they've changed through their books, and I want you to have that too. So that's why I want to be available to you in the course. I'm also going to give you access to the coveted 86 list, a list of 86 reasons A-list literary agents have rejected authors that had absolutely nothing to do with their books. It's an incredible guide about what not to do when you're trying to get your book published. People really love it. In addition, if you sign up today, you'll get access to our exclusive members-only Facebook forum where people share what they've been through on their own publishing journey and where they'll support you as you go through yours. We also have top editors, authors, ghostwriters, and publicity people who are members of that group and who'll share their insights too. So that's it. That's what I can do for you. Here's what I can't do for you. I can't write your book for you. And I can't wave a magic wand over a book that someone wrote that doesn't fit with what I have to teach them and make it sell. So this course is really only for the most motivated writers. If you're open to new ideas, new suggestions, if you're committed to learning the steps and you're ready to roll up your sleeves and do the real work, you're in the right place. You'll get instant access to the course, to the bonuses, and to me as your instructor by clicking the button below to enroll right now. Oh, one more thing. Once you go through the course, if you're a fit for one of the agents or the publishers I work with, I will personally make the introduction for you so you go to the top of their list. This is the best program in the industry, and I'm extremely proud to have created it. I can honestly say the worksheets alone are worth the entire investment in the whole course. This is everything I've got. Enroll in WriteBook right now. You can change the world, get published, and get paid. From experience, I know you can. All you need are the tools, the resources, the mindset, the strategy, the coaching to do that. There's two paths before you. You can go and try to figure it out yourself and hope and pray that you hit the mark, or you can get into the course, really learn what works and exactly how to succeed. I would so much rather you be the author who hits the big time than one of those lonely writers with a miserable day job who flounders year after year as their biggest dreams wither. And I would love to be there to support you and make your dreams come true. I would love to hear your success story when you're the next New York Times bestselling author. That's what I want for you. Just click the button there to enroll. I'll see you in the course.